So as you guys know, the release of Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, is obviously huge news for Rockstar. And because of that, they've actually ended up doing some interviews, which they don't typically do. We very rarely hear Rockstar speak publicly outside of their newswire, but they have. And they've talked to a multitude of outlets, including Inverse, Input Mag, Games Radar, and more. And they've actually given us some interesting details on their thought process behind the trilogy, but also how this could be some good news for the future, including Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video today, and a whole lot more. So in our first interview from the website pressstart.com, we actually get to hear from art director Aaron Garbett, who shared his thoughts on this Touchstone experience and the entry that set this franchise on the path to becoming a multi-billion-dollar selling behemoth. So he actually ended up saying this a little bit down the ways in the article. He said, "I remember playing a lot of games growing up, but I remember spending time in various GTAs. I'm proud of our team and of the path we have stayed on. It feels like we built the foundation, the rule set, the blueprint, that we helped create a genre that others followed and found their own paths. I love open world games. I feel like they have so much further to go than where they currently are. I know that thanks to the success of all our open world games and the global team we have that has so many years of experience working together on them, that we are uniquely placed to push them further than ever, and most excitingly of all, I'm confident we will. There isn't the same collective experience and knowledge or the relationships built over this amount of time in one place anywhere else. So I think Grand Theft Auto 3's true legacy is still to come. I think we take big steps forward on every title, and I'm always excited to see the next jump forward. Grand Theft Auto 3 began the journey for us, but we're still only getting started." So for those of you guys that were concerned that Rockstar isn't going to do GTA 6 and that they're just going to focus on remastering older titles or continuing to update GTA's multiplayer in Grand Theft Auto Online, that's not going to be the case. GTA 6 is coming. It will be releasing. And Rockstar knows that it's going to be a success. It's going to be a fan favorite. And for them, it's going to put them in a financially successful place, aka it's going to make them a boatload of freaking money. Because I have just seen a lot of comments where people are pessimistic about the game even releasing or coming out. I don't think that's something we honestly need to worry about here. I really do believe the game is going to be coming out. And when it does, I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, just looking at that quote, a couple of things I want to point out. He said, "I feel like they have so much further to go than where they currently are." I think that's a big hint for the future. He said that they are uniquely placed to push them further than ever, and that he's confident that they will. GTA 6 is going to be pretty special, and the art director saying that, I think obviously GTA 6 is in development, and Aaron Garbett obviously knows this, and he's seen what it looks like so far. So I think this is him saying, like, you think this is cool? We have got some really special stuff lined up over the next couple of days. So that's going to be really cool. Now, moving on to the next interview from Games Radar, he said something similar, but also a little bit different. He said, "We have built on systems over the years, along with the tools the player has to interact with, and the layering and complexity of those interactions, and we've expanded on the complexity of how the narrative is introduced from those early GTAs through Red Dead Redemption 2. To us, it's not about huge maps filled with jobs. It's about existing in a world that feels like the possibilities are not constrained by the designers, where the world is fully formed and exists to be interacted with. Grand Theft Auto 3 shows us that making that place where players could live, rather than just play, is what's most exciting. It was an early glimpse at where we could take things, and I still think we've got so much further to go." So a couple of interesting comments there. The thing about the map and how it's not just about huge maps filled with jobs. You might want to take a look at GTA Online, because I think a lot of those players would beg to differ. But again, he says, "I still think we've got so much further to go." I think this is a glimpse into the future and how much better and how big of an improvement GTA 6 is going to be over Grand Theft Auto 5, and a light year leap compared to what things were in GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So if you guys would like to check out more information from these interviews, I will leave links to all of them in the description. If you're really interested in him talking about the design of GTA 3 and how it's going to impact these remasters and the definitive trilogy. Again, check them out. I wanted to talk about his forward-looking approach and looking into the future and some hints maybe regarding GTA 6. And speaking of hints regarding GTA 6, a lot of people in the community think that, number one, they have spotted hints in the trilogy remastered trailer, but also, number two, that Rockstar might slip GTA 6 Easter eggs and hints into these games themselves when they do end up coming out. So let's start with the trailer first. The one thing that people are talking about in particular was this screenshot where Tommy Vercetti is on the motorcycle, and I kid you not, a lot of people in the community are like, this license plate is a hint. They are saying that the plate says Vice City at the top is coming soon, which is the ICS. And then they believe the LV, which would be Roman numeral for 55. So a lot of people are saying that it's coming in 55 days. So that would be December 16th after October 22nd, since they ended up releasing the trailer on October 22nd. I think that is going way down the rabbit hole. But that's what desperate GTA 6 fans were looking for in the trailer. But it also could be interesting when these games do end up coming out, if there will be GTA 6 hints and clues, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to be the next Grand Theft Auto game. Well, unless you consider the expanded and enhanced GTA 5 version. But I don't know if Rockstar is going to consider that like the next one. So maybe there will be hints and clues to that. There have been hints and clues to the next GTA game in previous GTAs. Like in Grand Theft Auto 3, there were hints we were going to Vice City. In GTA 4, there were hints we were going back to Los Santos. So this would not be uncommon for Rockstar to ultimately do. But I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think of the news we talked about today, the exclusive interviews from Rockstar. To me, that was about the only thing missing from the Trilogy Definitive Edition announcement, is that we didn't get like a glimpse into the future, at least an official one, where at the end they said, and we're excited for these remasters, and we're also excited for the next installment in the GTA series, which is currently in development. Like, that would have sent fans over the moon. But we didn't get something like that. So we can only hope that soon we hear something. And for now, we take these interviews as good news. Knowing what Rockstar is capable of with the Trilogy Remaster, are you excited for the future of Grand Theft Auto and GTA 6? Let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Trilogy Definitive Edition videos that I'll be doing here on my channel when the games do arrive. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.